This is the challenge to you, alumni. This is my class, 2019. And my family is making a grant to eliminate their student loans. Now, I know my class will make sure they pay this forward. And I want my class to look at these alumnus, these beautiful Morehouse brothers, and let's make sure every class has the same opportunity going forward.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about what you just saw, which was billionaire software investor Robert F. Smith paying off all of the student loan debt for 400 college students that are graduating from Morehouse College down there in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, this is going to cost right around $40 million, which is kind of high. You're talking about 400 students, $40 million. So you're talking about $100,000 per student in student loan debt. But I digress. This is humongous. It's tremendous. Now, he was the commencement speaker, obviously, and he just announced it. I'm pretty sure that the guys behind him were surprised. They didn't know he was going to do that. This is a fantastic thing, and I think we need more like this. Rather than forcing these rich people to just hand over all their money through taxes to the federal government where it gets wasted, let's have them just willfully donate charitably whenever they want. That should be the way you go. When you have less taxes, less restrictive policies on these people, I think you get much more giving. If they have more to spend, they have more to invest, they're able to make more, and they're able to give more. Now, he signed a pledge that was headed up by Bill and Melinda Gates. I'm not quite sure the exact name, but it's a giving pledge. And the whole purpose is to give the majority of your wealth away through philanthropy. He already gave Morehouse like $1.5 million. He gave his alma mater, Cornell, about $50 million. So he's done this before, but I think this is the biggest one-time donation to kids to pay off their student loans. This is fantastic. Now, to back up a little bit here to explain about Robert F. Smith, like I said, he is a billionaire software investor. He has a pretty wide portfolio. It's like 50 companies that are pretty known, or just companies in general that he has. And he's a rich guy. He has a lot of money. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and invest in philanthropy. He is married, and I'll place a picture of his wife on the screen before you. This woman's name is Hope Smith. She has a European last name, a maiden name. I'm not sure what that is or how to pronounce it, but I put info about her in the box. She was in Playboy, so she did pose nude. So I wonder, those who talk about black men getting with white women, are they going to be mad at him for being married to a white woman, or are we just going to bypass that because he's done a very generous and kind thing he didn't have to do, paying $40 million at once to pay off a bunch of black men and women's student loans? I mean, are we just going to bypass that fact and the fact that, you know, she was in Playboy and she posed nude? But again, I digress. I just wanted to point that out. So I don't want to hear nobody talking about this man in a negative way when it comes to his wife, like how people do, because this guy, his character is beyond any little petty thing you want to put on him. Okay. But let's keep going. He is a guy that has his heart in the right place, like many other people would do if they had the opportunity to. Okay. And I think that he can work with Trump. He could be a good ally to Trump and to other people because Trump has given a lot of money to HBCUs. He increased the federal budget towards black colleges from, I think it was $240 million to $280 million. He has also increased the HBCU program money, which is separate from the money that they get from the federal government. I think it was like a 14% increase from about 60 to about 74 million. He also forgave about $330 million in loans that Louisiana area HBCUs took out to help recover from Hurricane Katrina. It was not a grant. It was not some kind of, money that was given to them. It was a loan. He forgave all that debt, $330 million. And you also had 100 HBCU members come to the White House. It may have been last year or the year before that. And they all met to try and get some more things going with the HBCUs under the current administration. They moved the HBCU council. I can't remember the exact name, but I'll place that in the box. They moved it from where it was to the executive offices, so it has much more of a priority, and it won't just be shoved in the back. It'll be right in front, and it'll be something that really gets focused on. Okay, that picture should have really gone viral of Trump meeting with all the HBCU people, because, you know, the narrative is, oh, Trump only wants to be entertained. He only meets with black actors or, ball players, but you got 100 academics in there. The reason why it didn't go viral is because Kellyanne Conway was sitting on the couch, and that was the focus, because her legs were up on the couch and she didn't have her shoes on or whatever. And people just got distracted by how she looks rather than looking at what was actually going on in the picture. Okay, but Trump is a friend to the HBCUs, as is Robert F. Smith. So, I mean, I don't really see the issue. Now, if only Morehouse could get rid of their transgender student policy, because I did a video about them a little while ago where they will now accept trans men into the school, because Morehouse is an all-male school. If they could just tighten up that whole thing with the transgender students, I think it'd be good. Oprah would be down for it. A lot of other black millionaires, billionaires, or it don't matter what color you are, you can help support colleges of your choice, and Trump's going to back you. If you want to be a philanthropist, you should be able to do so on your own terms rather than being fleeced by the federal government for all your cash, because all they're going to do is waste it. And speaking of wasting money, let's go back to what I said earlier about the student loans. $100,000 on average per student for a 4-year degree. That's way too much. You're talking about a house on your back of debt already at age 21, 22. It's absurd. The student loan process should not be so controlled by the government. And once you have the federal government kind of back away, you'll start to see the price of college decrease. The price is very high right now because it's guaranteed by the government. Whether you pay it or not as a student is totally irrelevant. The colleges still get paid, and the student loan debt is outrageous, and that's really just owed to the government. Fannie and Freddie, that's the government, like $1.3 trillion. Let's reduce the cost of student loans by having less government intervention, and let's allow philanthropists to be able to be charitable if they want to by reducing the government's role in their lives as well. So the moral of the story here is less government, more human beings. Let's have a better world for everyone. So that's pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think it was a great move for Robert F. Smith to do this? Now, obviously, in my opinion, it was a great thing. How about his wife? Is that going to be a problem because she's white and because she was in Playboy? I don't care anything about that. Not at all. He can be married to Oscar the Grouch for all I care. He did a great thing, and that's all that matters. All that personal stuff, that's his business. All right. How is this going to be seen by the black media? Are they going to focus on his personal life at all, like they do with Donald Trump and others they don't like? Or are they going to say he did a good thing and have that be that? It'll be interesting to see how he is treated. It'll just show you the hypocrisy that exists among people that want to focus on certain little talking points that they hinge their arguments on. But I digress for now. Thank you to Robert F. Smith and everyone else out there that wants to be a philanthropist on their own accord and is not forced to by the federal government. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.